Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcast and content creators.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
It's loud.
Lights, camera, action.
It's bold.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the truth, raw and uncut.
It's us.
It's him with the juice. Kelly, what's up? Thursday night. We talk adult, talk unfiltered.
What up, though? It's Kellz. It's Thursday night.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's Thursday night in the day. You know, Kellz Unfiltered. Now, if things look a little funny, do not adjust your screen. Yes, we're in another studio, and I'm going to try it out for a little bit. Usually on the sofa, and technical difficulties said we should be over here, so we're going to hang out over here. But first of all, before I get into my guest, I want to do a quick PSA. If you don't know that the current administration has been cutting back and rolling back all the funds for culture, especially African American culture, they've been tearing down the slavery, basically trying to whitewash our history. Especially if you've been following the news in Philadelphia, I think Trump administration took down the plaque for no slavery for African American history, and they're trying to get rid of us wholesale. Now, fast forward, what does it mean to me in Detroit? Well, if you look at the millages that's been passing or not passing, if you look at the Trump administration cutting down on the funding for museums and whatnot, the Charles H. Wright African American Museum is losing money. I know it's been an ongoing thing, but with federal and state funds being cut, it's a real deal. So I urge everybody, I went today, I'm going to post my receipt probably on Facebook later on. I purchased a membership to the Charles H. Wright African American Museum. Let's not let other people curate our history. Because if you go out to DIA and you look for our history, I'm gonna tell you where it's at. It's in the basement, off to the side. And that's what they think about our history. So let's not let our history be treated the same ways. Let's go out, everybody, go and get you if you don't get a membership, it's $50. It's all year. It's free, and you get in free to African World Festival. Go get it. Spend the money. If you don't use it, know that money is going towards your history, especially African American. We need buildings that teach our history the right way and taught by us, not anybody else. So that being said, I'm gonna tell you that you don't even have to give a membership. Membership is $50. If you don't want to pay the $50, just go one day. It's I think it's like $15 to just tour, pay the money, invest in our history, and let's keep it moving, y'all. But on a lighter note, My guest tonight has made Detroit a household name in other cities. He is Detroit's brand name. I buy a lot of stuff. This sweatshirt is out of his collection. When it comes to black business in Detroit, he's my go-to guy. He's been there, done that, knows the ins and outs, and very inspirational just on his own story. So, without further ado, here's Clement, Fame Brown of 313 Store.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that introduction, Kellz. I really appreciate it, man. Before we go any further, excuse me. That song, man, that was dope, man. I like that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, your show song, the intro. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. This hard.
Hey, I try to be, the ring like everybody come together like church,
Yeah. I
Just
like that,
Unfiltered.
man. That was dope, man. That was dope, man. Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Your store is doing numbers like always. So, and anytime you can come in and sit down and tell everybody how you made it, hey, I'm thankful for you.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, man. Thank God we are. Anytime people ask me how we doing, I always say, well, because I come from super humble beginnings. But in business, you can always do better. So
That part.
Yeah, we do numbers, but man, it's never enough.
Never enough. I like that's the hunger. That's the hunger in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and I was just telling this guy earlier, and I want to say it for everybody. When you get something from 313 Store, you're getting a quality product. You're not just getting a hoodie. You're not just getting a shirt. You're getting great stitching. You're getting quality work. The artistry on it is just above what you get anywhere else. So I got to commend you for that much by itself.
Sir, thank you. Yeah. We try to do our best with curating, the best we possibly can. Mm-hmm. We know what our customers expect. And so, it is with a microscope on us anyway in business. So, we got to do it straight up and straight up and down. So I've been fortunate to, have so much experience in this in this space to where I can kind of identify, the items that I know is going to work well. And so I appreciate that.
Right. You're not Detroit's brand name for nothing. Just put it that way.
No, we ain't Detroit's brand name for no reason, man. It's definitely for a reason, and a big part of that reason is me understanding, our customers and what they expect from us, and just providing a quality good for an affordable price, a competitive price is always a point that we make. So
that's what's up. So tell everybody now I've been knowing you for a while. I've been watching your neighborhood from the Fame Shop back in the day.
Okay.
That's when I first got interested to Clement Fame Brown.
Okay.
As a person.
Okay.
So describe your journey from the Fame Shop to now.
Fame Shop to now. It's been how long? How many years? I think Fame Shop was 2000 and maybe 6. I can't even remember. It's hard. That's terrible that I don't remember. But it's been a journey. Small kids then. My daughter was small then. My son wasn't born. So kids, my daughter's 18. But in business, the progress was simply leveraging the best that I had at Fame Shop to get what I wanted and needed. And that came through a course that I did through Goldman and Sachs.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I did a business class through Goldman and Sachs called 10,000 Small Businesses. And in that class, I was a part of the first cohort, I might add, with some great business owners. Shout out to Carla Walker Miller. Shout out to S.B. Thomas, and I could go on and on. So Liz Blondie. And so in that class, the goal was for us to identify our business's growth opportunity. And at the time, I had Fame Shop, which was my makerspace, and we pretty much made T-shirts and flyers and all type of branding materials.
Right.
And so at the time, I thought my growth opportunity was to make a do-it-yourself T-shirt shop.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do. And a big part of my motivation for wanting to do a do-it-yourself T-shirt shop is because I was tired of doing it myself.
Right.
And so I was looking for a way to where I could not have to make this stuff myself. It was kind of this is a grueling process and job when you're doing custom work for people. And so I was looking to get out of it. I had been doing it since a kid, and I was looking to see how I could not do it as much.
Right.
And in the class, they pretty much ripped me real quick, like, nah, that's not your growth opportunity. Your growth opportunity is to leverage your trademark from 313 and open a retail store. And so through that class, I identified that the trademark I had was pretty much the best opportunity that I had to grow, and opening up a store was doing that. And so that's what I did. When I had the opportunity to do so, I did. And it's been up ever since. You know, we started 313 early in a sense of Detroit branding wasn't a thing or a big thing, if you will. And so collective branding really wasn't a thing at all. And so over the years, I've been able to enjoy, you know, the success of being first to market at a lot of things and creating, you know, best practices that other businesses use. And so, yeah, it's been quite a journey. We still feel like we're just getting started to a degree. And, but yeah, I think that's kind of sums it up a bit. I mean.
Wow. So you feel like you just getting started. I'm just amazed because you've done so much already.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I can understand that. But when I say like just getting started, you know, businesses have growth cycles, if you will. Right. And, you know, a lot of what we've established up to this point, I've been able to do singularly. And so, you know, I understand business in a way to where, you know, if you're going to really scale business, it requires team. Right. And so when you think of 313, you don't necessarily see like an executive staff, and you don't necessarily see all these people, team players that's helping it to scale. Right. We've had our success due to mostly our customer support and the city getting behind what we do. And so, you know, I say just getting started because I know that it's, you know, our growth is just in the beginning stages, although we've been a retail store for, you know, 10, 11 years now. Right.
But you like overcome some major obstacles though. Like there was COVID. And I remember like I ordered something, you can't write to the house. Yeah. Masked up. And I was like, that man getting it.
Yeah, man, COVID was a rough time for all of us, obviously, and I would hate to reduce it or simplify it by just like speaking on how I was able to make sales during COVID. A lot of people lost loved ones during that time. You know, I lost people that I know and love, and customers that was great customers. One of the things that was super challenging during that time was losing Marlo Stoudemire, and rest in peace, Marlo Stoudemire. Marlo and I weren't super close. However, we did talk, and we talked quite often. And around that time, he had gave me a call. Like, he called my cell phone, and he had asked me to pick up some shoes from the shoe doctor for him. That was like early in the stages of our licensing agreement with the shoe doctor, and like helping position them on the avenue of fashion. And I was still working closely with the guys over there, and so he wasn't able to get his shoes or something. He was in bed. He was sick. That's what it was. He was sick, and he was like, "I'm not feeling well. I'm in bed, and but can you pick up them shoes for me? I would appreciate it." And so I made the call down there to set it up or whatnot. And not too long after that, he passed. Wow. And that shook me. It really did. It really shook me in a way that I hadn't been shook. And I think, you know, around that time, all of us were shook. Yeah, exactly. All of us were shook. And I stay in a skyscraper, you know, I stay in a building with other people, 400 units, and they were talking about, you know, how it spreads and this and that. And for a while, I was literally, after he passed, I was literally just stuck in my room. Like, you know, the state wouldn't allow us to open up the store. Right. And so I couldn't come to work for real. And I did, you know, going outside was risky, it seemed. And I remember just being in my room like, man, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't it. Right. And when he passed, it was like a wake-up call. It was like, all right, this scary, you know, you got one life to live.
Right.
And so at that point, I really started approaching things differently. And, me dropping off shirts to, customers door to door, that's just organic to who I am. I started making and selling clothes as a kid. So I was on the corner with the clothesline.
Right.
And I was out the trunk by the time I got a car.
Right.
I was, my brother was making shirts in the basement. And so that's natural to, my style of hustle.
Right.
And so, and what I realized is the value in it wasn't necessarily me getting people their items, on fast. The real value was people seeing me, and seeing that even though all this is happening, we still trying.
Right.
That's where the value of it and the humanity of it all. And once I, really embraced that, I wanted to drop off shirts. I wanted to come to people's homes and drop off the merchandise. So, yeah, COVID was a very rough time, man. Thank God that we made it through. Not just our business, but us, right?
Us as a people, right? Exactly.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, but it's like, but those things in business, where life happens.
Yeah.
Does business become your refuge, places I can go and take a load off and not think about it for a minute and work, or do you feel a greater opportunity to the masses, to the community at large? But I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, but as a business owner, does it really take on a different meaning when something's happening?
It does. And fortunately, for us, for me, that our business is connected to community.
Right.
Our business is community and it reflects community. So when things happen in the community, I'm able to use our business and leverage our platform to galvanize and engage community in a real way. Right. And that's always therapy because, ultimately, I think we just, people at large want to be accepted, want to have social circles, want to be connected. Right. And so, yeah, man, when things happen like that, it's almost like, having this tool that represents and amplifies Detroit culture to the rescue, and I'm fortunate to be in a position to use that tool.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up. So so you were downtown at one point,
right?
So now you went from downtown on Jefferson. Now you're in Avenue of Fashion, Illinois. It's not for people who are listening from out of state or watching from out of state. The Avenue of Fashion is here in Detroit, a predominantly black-owned community, black-owned business from all Illinois, from 8 Mile to I want to say out of drive, but it goes further than that. Right. Because the locker room and a couple other places are down further than that. Right. But Avenue of Fashion is really still Illinois between 8 Mile and out of drive. So being downtown, being Avenue of Fashion, do you feel like there's a difference between being downtown and being in the neighborhood, or it's kind of no difference? It's pretty much, it's business. How do you see that difference?
No, it's a huge difference. Okay. It's a huge difference. Growing up making and selling clothes in the city, it was typically in neighborhoods. I was typically in neighborhoods. Right. And so the store on Livernois is more conducive to my style of engaging people. However, downtown was a dope start. It was a dope start for us, for our brand, because, the huge difference is the traffic flow and the community. Right? Downtown, although it's people that live in those apartment buildings and lofts and so on and so forth, the community isn't the same when you got a next door neighbor on your block. Right? And so, and plus, when you think about the Avenue of Fashion, 48221, that's the most, acclaimed zip code in the city.
Exactly.
It's the wealthiest zip code in the city.
Right.
And so it's a huge difference in how people shop and connect and communicate. Right. Downtown, we had to do a lot of call to action. We had to say, come see us. We're downtown. I had a little catchphrase, 313, Detroit's brand name, downtown, Jefferson and Shane. Right. That's my little rhythm, right? My little rhyme. Right. Detroit's brand name, downtown, Jefferson and Shane. I would say that all the time because I understood that people not necessarily living in community, around here. It's not like walkable traffic. We're on Jefferson, speed limit like what? 40 or
40,
something.
right.
Yeah, so and then we sit back in a plaza that's 100 feet off Jefferson.
Exactly.
So people that's driving by can't necessarily see in the store or they see our goods that we have.
Right.
So it's all about drawing traffic to your location.
Right.
Whereas on Livernois, it's more dense, right? It could it could be denser. I'm always rooting for more businesses to come to Livernois, and it could be denser. However, it's more businesses and similar businesses there, and so in this neighborhood there,
Right.
So people riding their bike, they're running, they're walking, they're walking their dogs, and we have the opportunity to attract those customers at a different pace than downtown. So Livernois is definitely, and then Livernois I was able to build to suit that space. Like I designed the space for to function on what we wanted. So it's a totally different atmosphere for what we do than downtown. But man, downtown was a great start. Shout out to Art and them guys that own all the property downtown.
That's what's up. Because it was definitely a sightseeing for sure downtown. If you want to see the sights, downtown is definitely a place to see the sights, but Livernois is definitely a home feeling.
Yeah, and then our store downtown wasn't necessarily in the heart of downtown.
Right.
It was on East Jefferson. Some people say that's the east side, right? But it was going towards Belle Isle between the GM building and Belle Isle more so. You know where that plaza sits, so it wasn't necessarily in the heart of downtown. That's we had a store in Parkers Alley, which was in the heart of downtown. That was a totally different vibe.
Exactly.
So different locations required different efforts to actually engage and galvanize community, which is at the heart of our brand.
Yeah, because I feel like Parkers Alley is more tourists. You got more people who's like in town for the weekend, walking through there, sightseeing, and not really seeing Detroit for real.
Yeah, and they may have limited time here. They may be here on a conference or something, or they might not be looking to venture off into the neighborhoods. And everything has its pros and cons, but yeah, that location it poses its challenges as well. They all, every location gonna have its pros and its cons.
Right. It's like every time I travel and I'm wearing some of your stuff, people galvanize. That's where I was. 313. Oh, you Detroit. Does the brand still surprise you, or you every time you think you got somewhere, does the brand itself still surprise you?
Yeah. It's one thing about business that I learned early is that when you start a business, it's just like having a child, and it's its own thing,
right? And
it grows, and according to how you feed it and you nurture it and you train it and teach it, and so 313 is the oldest business that I. I've started several businesses since a kid. 313 is the oldest brand and business that I've had. And what surprised me as of recently with the brand is I seen one of our older shirts reselling online as vintage.
Reselling?
I'm like, man, yeah, it was reselling. It's for more than I sold it for at retail. I'm like, okay, we doing something
exactly.
now. Yeah, it was on eBay. I'm like, okay, so I was excited about that. That really got me excited. But yeah, man, I'm excited by the small things too. The little things count. And so when I just had a customer today make a video, like a short video, AI video of a model wearing our stuff, and it was a dope video, and she shared it with me or tagged us in it, and it was out cold, like literally. Professional level quality.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, I'm always amazed at how our brand inspires people, how it motivates people. We have at least 100 people or so with our logo tattooed, and that never ceases to amaze me. Sometimes I see people that I know have the tattoo but forget that they have it, and I see it, and it's like my heart skip a beat a bit, like, so it's a real thing, man, and just fortunate to be a part of it. Like, the brand is bigger than me. I always say it's Detroit's brand name for a reason, and Detroit obviously is bigger than me. And I always position myself as the founder, not the boss or CEO or that type of things, because I know at some point it's somebody else that can do more than I have done to bring what this brand is to higher heights. And so when that time comes, I want to be able to, get out the way, and So yeah, man. I'm always surprised about what the brand does and where it goes and how it moves people.
That's because I was surprised. Like the Lions thing. When you partnered with the Detroit Lions,
Yeah.
and I was like, a black man with a business partner with the Lions, that's huge.
Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Like and that is right, but it's the bigger picture is corporations understanding the value in connecting to community.
That's it.
Right? Large corporations understanding the value in connecting organically to community. And so, that was the bigger picture.
Gotcha.
And I'm so proud to have ushered in, a time where corporations are even considering looking in our direction, right? With the whole idea of using the area code as a branding tool to amplify Detroit culture, it opened up the doors for everybody to see the value in that. And in doing that, we've been able to start a movement where so many different businesses and people have been able to benefit from, the area code being a branding tool. And that's why you see so many businesses like, using 313 before or after their business, or even social media handles and so forth. So, and you see all these corporations, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, they using it. And to me, that's the big picture. Like, we were able to rebrand ourselves in a way to show value from the community up.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope.
Right, and then that right there, that's a cherry on top. Because I wasn't looking into that, because I was looking at like, okay, finally, I can wear some Lions gear, a black man made, and I look sweet at it.
Right.
And I was wearing, I did traveling, going down south, but nothing occurred to me. Exactly what you said. This is a corporation looking at African American businesses and touching the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I mean, and I'm not an anomaly. You wearing a crew neck right now by a brand called Pro Standard. That's not a brand that I've created. That's a brand that we sell at our store.
Right.
That brand is owned by a brother. His name is Mike.
Wow.
And so he's an ex-football player, and he has his. And I watched that brand grow from just hats to a full-fledged apparel brand and outerwear brand. And I'm proud to been able to help him participate in his journey and his company's journey, and exposing that brand to the city. And so it's so many of us, but the idea is when especially large corporations have to. Or are motivated to. We won't say have to. We won't use that word. Just when they're motivated to really connect to community and exploit that connection to community's advantage through commerce, is super impactful. And that's just basically like, when the big boys come with a bag to the block, and they like, listen, we understand that you deserve this bag, and they're able to, exercise business in a way to where you can actually benefit from the connection. That's huge, and it can never be enough of that. Our community supports every major sport team in large numbers. Our community supports every fashion brand in large numbers. Our community, supports everybody and everything. We consume food from every culture. We pay for services from every culture.
That part.
We work with and hire from every culture. And so, I think that whenever we can show a value that, corporations at large want to connect with in a genuine, authentic way, that's the big deal.
That's what's up. Because it kind of like, and I just came to mind when I think about Pastor Jamal O'Brien. He's he wanted to like when that Target so hard. At first, I was like, okay, Target is huge. So when he went out to boycott, I was like, okay, you're gonna get a handful of people. You always get those first people to jump on, and you get the people who come later. But I think the way it went kind of showed corporate America, like, no, people are speaking and people have feelings. So I think it really hit the nail on the head and brought that full circle for me. And you helped me understand how that worked. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that.
For sure, man, for sure. No, I appreciate you for having me, man, giving me the opportunity to kick. Because a lot of people think, people, whatever you for or face as,
right,
people see you as. So a lot of people just see me as a retailer. Mm-hmm. I'm behind the counter, I'm selling things. However, I'm a lot more than that. And to get to the level where I am now, I've had to influence government. Mm-hmm. I've had to influence corporations. I had to influence nonprofits in a way through demonstrating every day for years the value that community has specifically in Detroit. And it's been painstaking. It hasn't been easy, but the benefit from that is collective. And like on a day like 313 Day or 313 Day or Detroit Day, you see so many different people having events and activations and benefiting from this idea that we deserve a day.
That's true.
And, that means that's invaluable to me.
Right. Because, I mean, like, your place, first place I go to on 313 Days, I already know.
I love
it's going down.
Man, I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that.
It's going down. You're going to have the cars out.
Yes, sir.
Especially, like, your two favorites that are out of store. Talk about the gold one and the Malibu. Talk about the yellow pickup truck first, because that's my favorite.
Okay.
And the Malibu.
So the pickup truck is a 69 short bed, Chevy short bed. It's got an LS3 in it, 480 trans. It's frame off build. I name and brand all of the vehicles with the store. So if you look closely at all of them, they have 313 branding inside of the seats and different places throughout the vehicles. And the reason why I do that is, like, every designer that I admired coming up in my time did things with, especially the designers that was popping when I was coming up. They did licensing deals with the big three, with automotive. So you see like the Eddie Bauer Expedition, or you might see the Nautica, or what was that?
The Town and Country.
Yeah, the Mercury van. And Cartier did a collab with Lincoln. And so, ultimately, one of my goals is to do a licensing agreement with one of the big three, or if not all, on a package for a vehicle. And so, how I've been trained you attract what you want by doing it.
Exactly.
And so, like, if you want to be a basketball player, you should have a ball in your hand dribbling all the time. And so that's kind of how I approach my practice in my business. And so the cars are really, that is the underlay for the overlay, if you will, with the cars. It's me demonstrating that, I'm a designer that has this, beautiful opportunity to represent Detroit through merchandising and style.
Right.
And while I have this opportunity, I gotta flex on these cars, because that's part of what we are, right? That's part of what Detroit is.
Exactly.
And so how do I execute that in a way that's organic to me? And I do that by, like, putting these old schools together in the way that I seen them as a kid and adding our style to it, man. I get emotional thinking about it, because I'm really living my dreams through the brand.
That's what's up. I know I sometimes I ride by and I kind of stop, look, see if we got a new one up there or the same one. I think a lot of people kind of like ride past. And for people who haven't seen the store, 313 store on Livernois, you ride past, has these big giant windows, and you'll see the old school sitting in the front. And a lot of people slow down when they go past his store, because you got people out. You can't just like ride by and just not look at these cars.
I love it.
You'd be crazy not to because they're clean. I think like when I watch Barry Jackson's always looks at grades cars on do the numbers match. How clean they are.
Yeah.
And your cars are like right there. I'm like, it's like how Barry Jackson's right there on the street.
It's a dream come true. And, you know, from the design of the store to how it functions to actually having those cars there, to seeing them come and go and being able to do different ones is really a dream come true. But, you know, I believe that, like, classic cars is just part of the spirit of Detroit. It's hard. When you say they ride past and it's hard not to look, or they slow down. You have to, because it's like we connect with that on a level that's like super original, organic, like true.
Exactly.
We connect with that, and so I'm just fortunate, Kelly, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate my life and how the Most High has guided me in a way to where I've been able to express, you know, my vision for Detroit 313. Excuse me, man. It's a trip, man. Just listening to myself talk. I don't do a lot of podcasts. I don't really talk about a lot, but man, God is good.
But you should talk about it. I think you telling your story and tell how God's worked in your. Like somebody told me once, our stories are not our own.
Right.
So, what my story is not me. It's my story to tell somebody else, and your story is not your own.
Right. I appreciate it.
And as an African American businessman who's doing what you're doing, your story is definitely not your own. Yeah, I guarantee that some young person's gonna watch this like that guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was him. So
right.
Yeah, I appreciate the platform, man. It's not that I don't want to do a lot of these things. You know, I just stay super consumed with running every aspect of the business.
Right.
But things are changing, and I'm going to be able to be more accessible. And once again, I appreciate you for the opportunity, man. It's fly.
You're like the what I call the Russell Simmons of the business world around here. You just say, okay, hey, doing you go about your business. You know, you're not really on the front.
Hey, man, and you know what? And I learned a lot from him too. Yeah, I learned a lot from him, reading his books and having short conversations with him coming up. And I always admire how he did business and what he did for the industry he was in. Right, he made it to where you could see somebody running multiple businesses at once. Like he had a corporate conglomerate.
Right.
Like fashion brands, music brands, TV shows.
Right.
And so he made it for me. Russell Simmons was one of the guys. He even had the Hip Hop Summit, which was a convention tour that he went from city to city teaching people about how to get into hip hop and the ins and outs and so forth. Right. So, yeah, I appreciate you for that correlation or for that, you want to do it. I'm just peeping it out for you. That's all. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, so I'm being from Detroit. I always do a Detroit this or that. So like, if you from the D, everybody got their favorites.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you with a couple questions, and you gotta say your favorite.
All right.
All right. First of all, Faygo Cola. Which one is your favorite?
Which Faygo flavor is my favorite?
Even if you don't drink pot, everybody drank Faygo at one point in time.
Right.
What was that one flavor that jumped out at you?
I hate to say it, but it's grape for sure.
Grape?
I gotta say it, man. I hate to say it, but it's great, bro. It's great, bro. It gotta be, man. Yeah.
Great.
That's crazy to drink, though. It's crazy to drink grape pop. Yeah, man. That stuff is stained. Everything.
Man, everything. You can't get it out.
Yeah, it can't be doing too much good for you, but every now and again, a grape pop, man.
Grape pop. All right. Saturday. It's a Saturday. Warm outside. Your whip clean.
Oh, man.
You want to show it off?
Oh, man.
Is it 7 Mile or Belle Isle? Which one?
I'm doing both. But if I gotta make a choice, I'm going to Belle Isle. But I'm gonna spin both. Yeah, I'm gonna hit 7 Mile to the lodge, and then
everybody gotta do that.
Yeah, but we we're gonna do Belle Isle for sure.
That's what's up, Belle Isle. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite coney. Everybody get their favorite coney.
Favorite coney. I gotta say L. George's, man. Shout out to L. George's over there on 6 Mile, man.
Yes.
They got that Bronx rap. I've been fooling with that every now and again in the chocolate shake. Yeah, no whipped cream.
Gotcha. Hey, for me, it's the grilled chicken salad.
Yeah, you
That
can't
bad
go
boy's
wrong
vicious.
with how
It's
they do their
vicious.
chicken over there at L. George's. They got something going on.
Right. If you ever come to Detroit, you can go to L. George's. You would know what we're talking about because that's good eating over there.
Yes, sir.
All right. One more Detroit. So you need clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta step out. You gotta be sharp. Suited, tie, booted.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you going?
Now, I don't have a brand for being suited and booted, but trust me, I definitely know how. I don't want to offend nobody. I know some of my suit guys gonna be like, man, hold on now. I can hear Al over there at that Times Square like right now. Like, hold on now, fam. But if I had to get go down through there, I'm gonna make it.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna get with my guy, my master tailor Scott. He taught me how to sew.
All right.
And I'm gonna do something where I take some fabric and treat it myself, or get some fabric that I know that you can't necessarily get off the shelf.
Right.
And I'm gonna make something for myself with Scott's help.
That's what's
that
up.
fit me right. Yeah, I'm gonna show up like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So Detroit, we do fashion around here, right? When it comes down to fashion, you gotta come to Detroit. Because when people was trying to get those gators with the colors, we had them.
Right.
Shaq came here for color gators. Trust me, I had that on good authority.
Right. Yeah, man. Detroit has a history. I believe because we're the blackest city in America, that we're the most creative, that
Right.
we're the most fashionable, that we're the most stylish, that we're the most player,
Right.
that we the most hustlers, that we the most anything that got to do with black excellence.
Right.
I believe that is found in Detroit. And, I'm just proud to be in a position to amplify that best I can.
Right.
And, yeah, man, Detroit is where it's at, especially if it's got anything to do with seasoning.
Absolutely. 'Cause I think people saw that when they came here for the draft.
Right.
And I saw uptick. And I tell people all the time, if you're not really like paying attention, you would notice it. But if you see around the city how the uptick is from the NFL draft to now, and how everything's picked up. You see a lot of business now that pick up. People are investing, things are picking up. So being with your knowledge, what would you tell a young African-American entrepreneur right now? What advice would you give them now that things are starting to pick up?
Now that Detroit is in a place to where people want to do business with Detroit, and
Right.
and we don't have this black cloud hanging over our brand as if it's the worst place on earth. I would suggest that especially the young folks, you align yourself with somebody that you admire and respect, and add value to them.
Right.
And that person could be somebody that's in a field that you're in or not, a field that you want to go into. But a lot of times, the idea of every man for himself, when you think about the hood, individualism, when you think about singular, that's not the way. And we're in the information age now. It's not like we grew up during the Industrial Revolution. It's a whole different way of the world now. Everything is connected,
Right.
and it's smaller because of it. So I would tell a young entrepreneur, if you want to sell houses, align yourself with somebody you admire and respect that's been doing it.
Right.
And if you got a couple dollars to invest into the house, give it to them to invest. You don't have to learn the hard way, and you don't have to work in a silo.
That part. That's what's up. Because we got a lot of young entrepreneurs coming up, and I don't want them to get distracted. And that's another reason why I'm glad you're here. They can see you and hear your story. Like, okay, that guy.
Yeah, man, I learned the hard way with a lot of. It took me a long time to get to where I'm at, and I still got a long way to go. And so I would always say, align yourself with people you admire and respect, and add value to them, and that's how you get value. And
That's what's up.
And that's how we build.
Yes, and speaking of building, definitely a person around Motor City we treasure now, Brother Shaka Sinkur, came came to Detroit and went, like, if you, again, I'm talking to people who've never been here. I know you've probably seen Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice. You've seen Batman, Superman cheer at the train station. Well, the train station's not tore up. Transformers are not fighting on it. Brother Shaka Stingor has invested in this building. And I don't know the specifics of it, but he's really did his thing.
Yeah, and, man, shout out to Shaka. That's my brother, man. That's my brother for life. Can never be too proud of his accomplishments and his efforts. So with the train station, I will first and foremost give a shout out to Sean Wilson of the Boys and Girls Club and Phil Cooley of Pony Ride. And, you know, they have a partnership with the Michigan Central. Okay. And on the 5th floor is the Boys and Girls Club. Okay. In that club, there's 3 modules. Usher has one, Big Sean has one, and then you have the Shaka Singora Literary Lounge.
Oh, nice.
And so the Literary Lounge is just that. It's a lounge where members of the club can gather, share stories, create stories, you know, study, read, eat, chill.
That's what's up.
You know, and it was dedicated in his name, in his likeness. And you know, how big is that, right? So
humongous.
Yeah. So I'm never amazed at anything Shaka do at this point. You know, his journey is a journey that is never seen, never heard.
True that.
And so, you know, I'm proud to be his homeboy. I'm proud to be his brother's friend, confidant. We kick it, you know. And man, I learned a lot from him, and I'm sure he learns a lot from me. So that connection is just a dope connection, man, to have with real people that's doing real things. And you know, through that relationship, shout out to Phil Cooley. I'm a member of Pony Ride, and we mentor, you know, the children over there and the young adults too at the Boys and Girls Club, because it's 14. And up. And so
14, between 14 and 18 or?
No, it's early 20s.
Early 20s? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Gotcha.
It's all new to me.
Okay.
However, I know that I'm obligated to mentor 2 hours a week, and we're working through the programming of that now, and I'm looking forward to, you know, working with the members over there and teaching them what I can that they may or may not know, because, you know, it's a lot of dope people that know a lot of stuff, you know, especially in that space. And so I'm really excited to be in the company of the kids too, because there's so many creators and artists and innovators that's up and coming. And, man, it's just Detroit is in a space right now that's promising.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I'm excited to be a part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, segue. What's next?
What's next, man? What's next is, I guess, what's always now. My son FaceTiming me. He just won an award. He go to UAD Jesuit.
Oh, that's what's up.
And we was just over there before we came here. He just won like an honors award.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna FaceTime. I ain't gonna answer the FaceTime. I want to almost. Like, son, I'm on a podcast. Look at me. But what's next for 313? I believe that 313 deserves that our community and our customers deserve more access to our brand and more equity in our brand. And I'm looking at creative ways to provide that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, when are your kids, say 18?
My daughter's 18, first year student at Xavier.
Nice
Clark Bailey. Yeah, man, I went to visit. I mean, you know, whenever you got to drop your daughter off at 15 hours away, I don't care how nice the school is. I got a beef with it, but I'm proud of her. She wanted to go there. She wanted to be at a HBCU. She was adamant about that. She seemed to be really enjoying her college experience. Her grades is on point, and I'm able, you know, between her mother and I, we've been able to pay for it. Right. Up to this point, at least. So I'm just happy happy for her. And then my son, he's 13. He's over at UAD.
Right. So which one's taking over the business?
Probably neither. But probably neither. But if I had to bet on one, I would bet on my son. My daughter, she wants to be a OBGYN, and she's
great.
Yeah, and she's her mind is made up. She's super focused. So the store is ain't a big deal to her.
Right, it's defining to her.
Yeah. And so my son, he's more entrepreneur, has more of an entrepreneur spirit.
All right.
But he makes beats. And he's gifted in music. He's musically gifted. So I kind of, steer him and guide him in that space. But he's always talking about owning his own studio and starting his own brand and stuff like that since a kid. So
he's picking up honest. He's gleaning a little bit from you and applying to his own thing.
Yeah, they
That's
both
good.
get it honest from both of us, their mother and us. Their mother has her own business as well. She has a hair salon.
Nice.
So it's named after my daughter. So they grew up in business.
Okay.
They understand it.
Right.
I think watching us struggle in business while they were growing up was more of a deterrent than it was attracting them. And so, we've always been in business, but never, always been working hard at business.
That's what's up.
And so I think when they watching us work hard, figure out something to do that's easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was trying to turn myself and going to the plant, but no, he wanted to do what his dad do, what his grandparents do. So kids get honest.
Yeah.
They get honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying this conversation because I want to get you on the podcast. I always tell people, find people who know more than you do and let them teach you something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little conversation.
Yeah.
Even if it's like 20 minutes with somebody, they can teach you something in 20 minutes that you probably never knew in your entire life.
For sure. No, for no doubt. And that's how we learn. That's what the class is. A class might be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but that's how we learn. Another quick story before we go, painting with a twist.
Yes.
So when they first started, when they first started painting with a twist, I was enamored at the concept. I couldn't believe how this woman had people paying her to paint pictures. Because all these years growing up, I was trying to get people to pay us to paint pictures. My brother airbrushes. So I'm like, man, she got people paying her to paint their own pictures. And we've been struggling all these years trying to get. And so I met with her. I emailed her. I inboxed her on Facebook, and I asked, could I meet with her and ask her about her business. And it was early on. This was 20 years ago, maybe, however long ago. It was a very long time. And we met at her at a coffee shop in Ferndale somewhere across the street from Painting with a Twist. And she's like, and I had my questions lined up. And her name was Michelle. And that was the only time I ever talked to her. But she gave me so much game in that short meeting. And you'd be surprised. People want to share what they know, especially with people that they know are vested, that are really trying to do something, And so man, I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity, and I'm glad that you was able to learn anything from me.
I pick what you put down. Every time we talk, I pick up something.
That's love. I appreciate
and then by the and people who I can't learn from, I'm not around longer.
Yeah.
And I always maintain if you're the smartest person in the room, time to leave the room.
Yeah, Russell Simmons. I heard that from Russell Simmons at a hip hop convention.
Okay.
For the first time. That's the first time I ever heard that. I was probably in my late teens, and he said that.
That's what's up. Yeah. People, if you've been watching this show, trust and believe. You picked up something. I'm not the only one that picked up something today, so I appreciate you for being on the show. And I want to tell you everything. If you like candles, this man got some serious candles.
Man, what?
It's 3 of them. It's before,
during, and after.
During, after.
Yeah, man, we sell more candles and T-shirts in that store, man. Make it a Bed Bath & Beyond or something.
During is fierce. The during is that one.
That's
everybody
my
got their favorite. During is that one.
Yeah,
so
that's my favorite one.
If you don't do nothing else, go check out this guy's store. Go buy you something out there. At least get your candle, and trust it will elevate your love life. I'm trying to tell you, fellas, get that candle.
Yeah, y'all get a candle, y'all gonna be back. I don't mind. I'm gonna hook y'all with the candle. I've been doing this a long time, so y'all get a candle. I know y'all coming back.
It's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
Wrap. So, Fame, man, I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll probably be down there in a couple of weeks so I get some more money and spend some.
For sure.
I'm digging those Apple hats, so keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on being Detroit's brand name.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We Detroit's brand name, man.
You know, I can't go nowhere out of city without having something on that people gonna recognize. So keep on doing what you're doing. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, this show is the second from last show. This is going to end season 1 of Kellz Unfiltered. So keep tuning in. Go to my YouTube channel. Go to 313 store on Avenue of Fashion, right there between 7 and 8 Mile. Can't miss it. You see the real pretty car in the driveway in the front, right in the window. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Lights, camera, action.
Hit my theme music.
It's loud. It's bold. It's the truth raw and uncut. It's him with the juice. Kelly, what's up? Thursday night. We talk adult, talk unfiltered.
What up, though? It's Kellz. It's Thursday night.